Hi everyone, it's Gary Nicholson here for the Mountain Weather Information Service. This is your planning outlook updated on Friday evening, the 22nd of November. And the weather patterns are all going to seem a little bit samey almost over the next few days. We've got east by southeasterly winds that will dominate. Temperatures are a little bit higher than we've seen over the past week or so, but only just lifting above freezing on the highest Scottish tops. A slow thaw of the lying snow that exists at the moment. Indications, though, by the end of next week could well be that those freezing levels drop markedly once again. Let's dive straight into the weekend charts then first of all, and Saturday's looking a pretty ropey day across many places, with various fronts pivoting their way northwestwards across the British Isles, very little of those making themselves toward the northwest of Scotland, where once again you've got the best of the conditions and the highest of the cloud breaks. But rain will set in increasingly across the central and southern half of the Highlands. Some sleet and snow really only just on the highest tops, and a wet day with low cloud across the lakes, the Pennines, across Wales as well. Easterly winds will be practically gale force across the high tops from central southern Scotland down across northern England. Sunday is a sort of middling sort of day. There's a legacy of a lot of low cloud that is likely to be across the country, so maybe a struggle to find breaks to many tops. Northern Scotland, northwestern Scotland perhaps doing the best of all. Anywhere that's chiefly to the north of any major hill groups, the best favoured for some cloud breaks. Some rain will have pushed northwards across the Highlands overnight, that more or less out of the way. Dregs of rain and drizzle still affecting sort of south and southeastern parts of the Highlands, and patchy drizzle somewhere around Irish sea coast from Solway Hills to the Southern Lake District and across West and South Wales too, before the next batch of heavier rain comes in later. But through much of Sunday daytime, any rain that's around shouldn't amount to a great deal, and the wind is a bit lighter. If we just have a look at a slightly different take on the 850 millibar sequence, this is the temperatures then representative of about the highest tops in Scotland. You'll see how they do lift as we go into the start of next week, particularly just above freezing point. So you're looking at Ben Nevis, Cairngorm summits, likely to read 1 or 2 degrees Celsius, I would have thought, over a few days early next week. Notice though the roller coaster of that chart that takes us back down as the week goes on, and it may well be that it's much colder generally across the country through later in the week and next weekend. That's the consensus from most forecast models at this stage anyway, that we're dragging that colder air back in. Let's have a look back at the charts for the start of the new week then, and it's an ever familiar sequence with low pressure coming in from the southwest across Ireland, a general east by southeasterly pattern across much of the northern half of Britain, with rain, drizzle, low cloud, pretty extensive, with the north and northwest of Scotland once again faring the best of all. Low cloud, extensive though, from southern Scotland southwards across England and Wales. The wind may be relatively light, just need to see the exact shape of the low to deduce that one. So keep an eye on your forecast. This is Tuesday and it's not too dissimilar. Absolute detail uncertain at 4 days away. Looks as though there's some heavier rain threatening to come back into Wales once again, and maybe spreading up towards Pennine areas too, with dregs of rain just across Scotland and the west and northwest coast once again faring the best. Temperatures then a very similar spread to what we've seen in previous days, maybe just a touch milder by a degree or so across England and Wales. Just the hint through midweek of the gradual change toward the later part of the week as low pressure is broadly across the country, but we're just seeing maybe the fetch of the air to the north of Scotland turning more toward the northeast, and as these lows likely to pull a little bit further southwards, it'll open that door more across Scotland to an east or a northeasterly later in the week. Absolute detail for Wednesday up for grabs. I suspect once again it's eastern Scotland that sees most of the low cloud and precipitation, western areas that bit drier. Again, sleet or wet snow really just confined to the highest tops, and I imagine there'll be areas of cloud and rain across England and Wales, but the detail is uncertain. So quickly looking further ahead, and it's the idea of these low pressure systems just rotating in from the south, centred across central and southern Britain through the middle part of the week, and you can just see where the easterly wind is coming in across Scotland, and I think the sequence is up for grabs really in the second half of the week. The model's struggling just to handle exactly how it pans out, but I think the overall story that eventually we start to draw around the airflow again from the north, and 1 or 2 model runs pull a much colder air mass down across the country towards next weekend. The question mark then is how long that lasts into the early part of December. Do we get another sort of sustained cold spell, or will milder air try and come back in again? That is the question at this stage. Pressure looks like it's just building from the west as we go into the start of the month of December. It's where that high can then position itself that's crucial as to the exact air mass that influences into the start of December. We'll keep up to date with that one. We'll have the video updated early in the new week, and you can stay up to date, as always, with your local forecasts every day on our website. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.